14th National Peace Symposium is happening this evening at Western Europe's largest mosque in Morden. Organised by the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community, the evening will be attended by around 800 guests, including faith leaders and MPs. Well, to explain more, I'm joined by Usman Khan. Just give us an idea of what tonight entails.
Well, tonight we have various dignitaries, parliamentarians and people from the charities, organisations, as well as the general public are coming together to show solidarity for working towards peace. And one of the key messages that the Caliph of the community, the leader of the community, Mirza Masud Ahmad, is going to be condemning extremism and also talking about the global conflicts which are taking place currently and trying to advise on how we can avoid such things in the future.
Obviously, incredibly topical subject given what's happened this week. Do you suspect that that's going to be quite a main thread of this evening?
I think, before I say anything on that, I think on behalf of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, I'd like to pay our condolences and our respects and sympathies for the victims of that tragedy, and which is an affront to Islam. Because the teachings of Islam are all about peace, mercy, compassion, and love. And that is one of the key things that we're going to be talking about, and getting this message across that Islam has peaceful teachings, and that must be followed by the Muslim community.
Now, after Wednesday's attack, some faith leaders came forward and said, very much echoing the words that you said, but some people saying it shouldn't be that our community has to defend ourselves every time somebody uses our faith in an extreme manner. Do you reflect those words?
I guess it is important for the Muslim community to condemn extremist actions wherever and whenever they occur. That's really important. But at the same time, extremism exists in many communities. It's important that the society as a whole works together and tries to root out this extremism amongst people. Otherwise, because people who are vulnerable, who are not involved with the society, they need to be identified and need to be brought in so that they cannot be misguided by people who have ill intentions to misguide people. So it's important both for religious leaders as well as the society at large to ensure that we work as a community and work towards that end.
Now, this is the 14th National Peace Symposium. So how, I'm not sure that you've been at all of them, but how have you seen it change in the numbers of people that attend growing, the kind of different number of people that attend?
Yes, I think at the very beginning, because it was quite new, there were fewer people, and it's grown, and to such an extent that we have to turn people away now, and there's a waiting list for people to attend. So there's a lot of people who would like to attend but cannot, and that just shows that there are a lot of people in this world who want peace and who support this idea and support our message as well, which is really heartening to see.
And how important is it that there is that mix of people, that there's leaders from different faiths there, there's MPs and dignitaries? How important is it that there is that mix of people from across society?
It's extremely important because we have to spread this message to everyone. And and people of different levels of society have to have that same message, so that if we all have the same idea, same principles and shared values, and we spread that across society, then we have a better chance of succeeding, provided that we are willing to work extremely hard towards that end.
Often the narrative from senior figures is a positive one, but given that the leader of America currently has perhaps changed the narrative that has been in existence for at least the last 4 years, how important is it that you include senior members, dignitaries, because he's a very loud voice at the moment?
He is, but I think it's important that as long as people remember what our values are and do not forget them, and we have shared values to work towards peace, to work towards reconciliation, and to have social cohesion, as long as we remember that, and the various politicians of different levels, that they get that message across and try to influence in the right places, it's the only way that we can achieve peace.
Okay, Usman Khan, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Now we are going to take a quick break now, but